and welcome to another episode of Do You Even Nerd Bro? My name is Sophie,
Sissa,
Mike, and Sam.
And today we're going to be talking about race and cosplay, because that's a really hot topic in the forums we follow right now. Mike, why don't you start us off?
Yeah, I don't think it matters what race you are. I remember seeing a character from Tales of Xillia that I like, but she was, black, African-American, and I freaked out. I want to go take a picture with her, but I was like, nope. Can't do it.
Why?
I was scared. Too nervous.
Too nervous?
But I was like, yay, finally someone's that character, and I didn't care what race she was. I was just excited to see that character.
The outfit.
Yeah. There's so many people out there that are just... The best way to put it is, in a way, ignorance, because people, like, no matter who you are and what you're doing, there's always going to be that one person who is going to try to ruin it for everyone, because they feel different. And... But the problem about feeling different about that situation is you make other people feel bad. And that shouldn't be that way. I mean, I feel like everyone's equal. We're all there to let our inner nerds out, and we're all there to have fun. I mean, you shouldn't feel segregated against being one character that's your specific color against how you feel who you want to be. That's not fair.
Some characters are green. Who's supposed to play them? There's no green people.
Yeah, like She-Hulk, Gamora.
Yeah, I don't think it should matter. And that, like we were talking about at ACOM this year, which is why I think it's funny it came up. And what I was going to say was, you've talked to me before about really pale characters because you're tan.
Yeah.
And you worry sometimes, and I don't think that should ever be an issue.
Yeah, because I always worry about, since I'm, darker, and also have, brunette hair, and there's all these really light blonde characters, and I get nervous. And I don't know why I get so nervous about it, because I don't really think about it when I'm looking at other cosplayers. Because I've never seen a black Sailor Moon and been like, oh wow, that's a really good black Sailor Moon. And I never really see an Asian Elsa from Frozen and go, oh yeah, that's a really pretty Asian Elsa. I go, wow, that's a great Elsa. That's a wonderful Sailor Moon. The craftsmanship is great. That's just not something that comes to my mind. So it's really I guess I'm just I don't know.
Well, most people, on the forums and stuff, agree with what we're saying, but there's always those one, that one person who doesn't.
No, they shouldn't.
Which I respect that, but also another big thing was, body paint.
Oh, yeah. Sissa, this year for you.
Yeah, you made your skin paler for Raven.
Yeah.
But that's because she's gray and she's half demon.
Yeah.
I feel like, as long as you're not offending anyone, I hope I didn't offend any half demons, but...
You offended every half demon.
I mean, as long as you're not doing it in an offensive way, which, if you're cosplaying someone, you're not trying to be offensive. You're saying that you idolize a character, you think they're great enough that you want to be like them.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's anything offensive about that.
The only time it's offensive is if you're you're going to cosplay character that's black, so you do blackface. That's when it's offensive.
That's
it's not funny.
But that was another point, though. Is it offensive if it's done? Is there a way to do that tastefully?
Oh, if it's done tastefully.
I feel
is there a way?
in today's world, no, honestly. But I feel like if I cosplayed a black character, I would just do the costume, and I wouldn't worry about skin color.
Well,
because people would know who you're trying to be. You don't have to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't make my skin paler to be a white character. So
Yeah.
That's true.
I feel like people get it.
But you could.
I was Harusi Zamiya, and I didn't make my skin paler for that. I just was me.
Just with the outfit, yeah.
Yeah.
People knew.
I mean, it's one of those tough situations where at that point, there's no right and there's no wrong, because there's always going to be the person who's going to be on that, it's going to be offended, and it's not right for every single person, sadly.
It depends on the situation. I really believe that.
Not to branch off, but another thing that's similar in topic is people who are bigger and they like to cosplay. A lot of people are very rude and can be very offensive to people who are bigger, and I don't feel like it's right.
And it goes both ways. People were joking online about skinny Snorlaxes. So it's not just if you're bigger, too.
Yeah.
It's smaller. That's mean. Either way.
Yeah. I think you should be allowed to be whoever you want to be. And, if our community isn't accepting really what community is,
Another thing, too, is people who want to, may also want to cosplay as females.
Crossplay.
Rule 63.
Yeah, and hell,
Gender bends.
obviously, no, not to be weird, but I'm obviously a guy, and I don't have my long blonde hair anymore. but if I want to cosplay as Sailor Moon, if I wanted to, hell, I'll do it because I want to, not because some random guy is going to call me,
A bad name.
a bad name.
It's just like male Misties. There's always so many of them, and I never look at them and think, that's weird. I think, oh my god, that's a male Misty.
Like
brave enough to do that.
Yeah.
Like that one male Misty, there was male Misty this year at A-Kon, and he had probably the largest muscles I've seen in a while, and I was just like...
jacked.
Yeah, I was like, good for you, man. I don't think I could ever wear that.
Did you have a photo with someone bent all the way over? Like, I can't. Well, obviously, it's not on camera.
I really love gender bending like cosplays, especially like just because of like how creative you can be. Because when you take a character and you just make it, you know, totally different and your own, really. So I think that's really great. I think it's cool.
Yeah, like there was a cosplayer on the A-Kon Facebook that dressed up as a character from Kill la Kill. That was clearly a man, but if you look far, you're like, oh, that's a great Kill la Kill character. Wait, that's a guy. But you don't think about it. You're like,
that's a good-looking guy.
He pulled it off.
Yeah.
You know, and you think, okay, that's a great character.
I mean, his costume was spectacular. I saw it too, and
he was like all sheer.
Yeah.
I just feel like I can't judge anybody, man or woman, as any character who's made their own costume because I have yet to make my own costume.
Like the manly Wonder Woman we saw.
Oh yeah.
Props to him.
Yeah.
He still pulled it off.
He still pulled it off.
Still pulled it off.
Got way more pictures than I did, that's for sure.
Well, that's what I was saying earlier when we were back to the weight thing. Like when I see larger girls in some small anime costumes, I don't think, you know, oh my god. A lot of times, like I say to you, I'm like, man, good for her. I wish I had that confidence.
Yeah.
Like she rocks it out.
Me and Sophie sit in the bathroom and cry like while we stare at cookies.
Yeah.
Then we go out and we're like, oh man, these girls look great. What are we doing? So, yeah. And I just feel like you can never look like an anime character because half their face is eyeballs and their thighs are like 2 inches big. And so you might as well just do whatever the fuck you want.
Right. Unless you pay for surgery, like those Russian girls that
Yeah.
from the Barbie dolls.
Or the artwork I've seen on YouTube where girls use makeup to draw anime eyes into their eyes, and it looks so good. Like, it amazes me.
All right, so that seems like a good stopping point for that conversation. So we wanted to end with a light note, so we'd each like to talk about what our favorite cosplay that we've seen so far is. My favorite cosplay, I always really enjoy seeing the Iron Brothers from Topeka. They've been at a lot of cons that I've been to, and every time I see them, I'm always amazed. They get so much attention. Their costumes are really great, so yeah, that's my favorite.
Iron Man.
Yeah.
My favorite, mentioning Kill la Kill earlier, was the lady we saw at the Matsuri church. Yeah, her Kill la Kill. Wow.
Yeah, it was glorious.
Yeah,
spot on, amazing. Good.
Mine was actually, I never saw this one in person, sadly, because I was scrolling through photos, and it was Matsuri Con that it was, and it was this beautiful Gundam. I mean, it was spectacular. It had to be done. This guy was built about 7 feet tall and probably about 6 feet wide. It was huge, and it was spot on, because it was from Gundam X. It was amazing.
That would be awesome to see.
Mm-hmm. Mine was Oogie Boogie at A-Kon this year, and I never got a chance to take a photo. I kept saying I was going to. I've never seen an Oogie Boogie at a convention before, and it was amazing.
Really fun.
Yeah.
All right, and I guess that's it for today, guys. We will bring up episode 3 later, and we'll no idea what the topic is. We'll figure it out.
Thank you for listening.
Bye.
Bye.